Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another pregnancy update. This is weeks 8 through 10. And once again, I'm out of breath by the time I get everything set up and sit down to film these. I'm just really out of breath. I'm just gonna get right into everything. So the first thing that I really want to talk about is at 8 weeks, obviously, was our first doctor's appointment. So I want to talk about how that went, especially with COVID going on right now. So Austin was able to go with me. Thank goodness he was able to be in there for the ultrasound and all that. So at my doctor's office, we went back for the ultrasound first, and it was very fast. It was a vaginal ultrasound, which I had had before. But yeah, it went really well. It was really fast, like 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, and it was done. It was a really cool experience, but we had to wear masks. So like looking at Austin's face, I couldn't really see his facial expression because it was dark and he had a mask on. But of course, at first she warned us that she couldn't show us the screen at first, that she had to take pictures and then she would show us the screen. And y'all, before this appointment, I was so nervous. Like, we had an hour drive to the appointment and Austin was driving. And first of all, early in the mornings, I'm just nauseous anyways. And all the way there, I was just nauseous. I was so nervous that I really felt like I could throw up. I was like in tears, and Austin was like, it is okay. But I was so worried that we were gonna go and they were gonna, you know, tell me there was no heartbeat or whatever. So I was extremely nervous. I wanted to record our first appointment, and I couldn't even vlog. I was like, there's no way. So those first few minutes that she couldn't show us the screen were like the longest ever. And then she finally turned the screen and you could just see like the smallest little blob and you could see the heartbeat. So of course I was like, I tried to wait and not ask questions because she's an ultrasound tech and I knew that she was going to tell me that she couldn't tell me anything. And I asked her if everything was okay, and she was like, as far as I can tell. And she told us that the heart rate was 162. Now she didn't let us hear it, and I don't know the reasoning for that. I've heard people say, yeah, I didn't get to hear it till 12 weeks. And other people say, that's really weird. I heard it at 8 weeks. I don't know. She didn't give us a reason. And I was so wrapped up in the moment, I didn't think to ask. So as of right now, we still haven't heard the heartbeat. I'm so excited to hear it. But we did get to see it. And there's not a lot to see. I'll show you the ultrasound. It's gonna be kind of hard with my ring light, but you can see the little hole right here. It's the heart. So even though it's not really anything to see, it is still so exciting. I just remember laying there, and it's such a weird thing that like I wasn't full on crying, but tears were just like streaming down my face, and I was just like, wow, like it's a very real and raw moment. And also I think we were both pretty relieved. So yeah, that doctor's appointment went really well. After that, I had an exam with my doctor and she answered any questions we had. I did end up getting some prenatals from her. I know in my last video I talked about how hard it was for me to take the chewables. So she gave me some samples, and I'm probably going to get some more of those when I go back because they're just like a little liquid gel and they're easy to take. I really like them. I've still been taking them at night just in case they make me sick, but I did really like those. When we left there, we scheduled our 12-week appointment. For the rest of that day, I was very crampy, and I went to the bathroom and there was definitely TMI. If you're a guy watching this, just turn it off. But when I went to the bathroom, there was blood. And by blood, I don't mean like bright red, like fresh blood, but still it did freak me out a little bit. But it was just from the vaginal ultrasound. So yeah, the rest of that day, if you've ever had a pap smear or an exam, I remember feeling like this before, but you're just really, really uncomfortable and crampy. And I did put for week 8 that in general I was really crampy and felt like I was about to start my cycle at any time. So that's a little unnerving in the beginning when you're so unsure and everything's still so new. But I never had any spotting other than after my appointment. 11 weeks right now and I haven't had any spotting, and I'm really thankful for that because I know it would have scared me, and I hope that I don't have any in the future. So I think now, like week 9, I started getting really hungry. So my nausea kind of started clearing up unless I was super hungry or super full, which is kind of hard to balance and keep yourself full all the time but not too full. So yeah, for week 9 I put that my nausea started going away, but that I was hungry like every 2 hours. So if you're at home, that's really easy to snack, but when you're working or on the go, it's really hard to have something to eat every 2 hours. And also make sure that you're eating, like, you know, not just junk and things that are terrible for you. So that has been kind of a struggle, and it's still kind of like that right now. I did buy nursing bras. I mean, who really likes real bras anyways? So I bought some nursing bras off Amazon. I'm gonna link them below. It was a 3-pack and it was so worth it. They are so comfortable, and obviously I'm using them while I'm pregnant, but I can use them while I'm nursing too. Also, I believe around 9 weeks, I scheduled our gender scan. So for the gender scan, I had been told that they could draw your blood at 12 weeks and find out. And now I know other things that, like, if your insurance doesn't pay for it, it's really expensive. So I probably wouldn't have done that anyways, but my doctor told me that they did not do that at my doctor's office, that if we wanted to find out, we could pay at 16 weeks and have an ultrasound, but it would just be like a regular 2D ultrasound, and find out the gender then, or we could wait until our 20-week anatomy scan. Obviously, I'm dying to know, and neither one of us wanted to wait that long. So I called an outside ultrasound place and I scheduled an appointment for when I am 14 weeks, and they will do like a 4D ultrasound. We'll get to see the baby, and then they're gonna give us the gender. So our plan is that we're gonna have a gender reveal party with our family. So we're gonna have them give us the ultrasound in an envelope, and then we'll all find out together with our family later that day. So yeah, that was really exciting to schedule that, and I'm so ready. I also put for week 9 that my stomach was sore, so I guess just everything's growing and moving around in there, even though I really wasn't showing a lot yet at 9 weeks. But yeah, I just remember like waking up and sitting up in bed and just my stomach was just sore, and I hadn't done anything strenuous to make it sore. Okay, for week 10, which was last week, I put that I was dreaming about the baby a lot, and at this point I've had 2 dreams that it's a boy, and then I think last night I had a dream that it was a girl. So I don't know, I'm just starting to really like, I think I'm just anticipating finding out, so I'm starting to dream a lot more and think a lot more about the baby. I bought maternity leggings, which was like the best decision ever. I have them on right now. They are so comfortable. I'm ready for fall, so I can just live in leggings, because right now it's way too hot to really wear them, but I still wore them to a wedding the other day that I was working with no shame. Also, I've written down, and this has been happening for like 2 weeks now, when I'm working, which if you don't know, I'm sure you do, but if you don't know, I'm a makeup artist. So when I'm working, I'm like bent over, but then also like to the side, like working on my client, because I'm standing like in front of them, but to the side of them, if that makes sense. So at the end of a work day, and it doesn't matter if I work 4 hours or 8 hours, at the end of the day, I'm just so crampy. Like, my stomach is just crampy, and it's really uncomfortable. And it's odd to me because I didn't think that I would have any kind of symptoms like that until obviously like I had a stomach and I was way further along. But I guess just everything moving around in there and being in that awkward position for an extended amount of time is just hard on my body. And I think the last thing that I've experienced through these few weeks is headaches. So this was probably more like weeks 8 and 9. I haven't had so many lately, but I had extreme headaches, and I generally don't get a lot of headaches, and I don't take medicine for them if I do have a headache. But there were 2 or 3 times that I had to take medicine because my head was hurting so bad. I feel like that's really it that's going on, besides we're planning the gender reveal. We're not doing anything crazy. We're inviting like a very small amount of people just because everything that's going on. It's going to be outside, so we're doing like one little table of decorations. My friends are supplying some barbecue for everybody to eat, and yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but I can't wait to share. I plan on making a gender reveal video, like kind of a behind the scenes and just us decorating everything. I'm definitely going to share links to everything that I've purchased. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I wanted to show this sweatshirt. If you can see, it says Mama. It is so cute. It is from Skullhouse Designs. I will link their Instagram below. This was a limited edition collection, I believe, but so I can't link the exact same one, but they have such cute stuff. So okay, so I'm gonna show y'all a stomach update. Feels weird to call it a bump update because it's not really a bump yet, but it's definitely growing. So I'm 11 weeks and 3 days now, and my stomach is definitely growing. So to anybody else, I mean, you wouldn't really look at me and think that I'm pregnant, but obviously my own body, I can really tell. So I'm gonna show y'all really quick. So here is my stomach. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I know a few of you have messaged me and said that you're pregnant as well and that you are enjoying them. So I'm so glad. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see y'all in my next video.